Hey everyone, and welcome to the DealMachine Real Estate Investing Podcast. I'm your host today, Ryan Haywood. And if you don't know a little bit about me, I've been wholesaling for 5 years. I've done over 450 wholesale transactions, and today I get the opportunity to interview someone else that's getting started in real estate. Today we have Dennis Freeman. Dennis, welcome to the podcast.
Hi, Ryan. Thanks for having me. Good morning.
You bet, man. Okay, I want to hear about your first wholesale deal. Um, tell us a little bit about. Tell us how you first off. How did you even find wholesaling? What made you come to the wholesaling world to get started in the first place?
Yeah, thank you, Ryan. I honestly didn't know anything about wholesaling until a year ago. I just purchased single family homes and held on to them from the market. And I joined a group called the BRRRR Invest with Nate Berger and started my education there and found out about wholesaling.
Nate is awesome. Nate is really cool. So now you've done some BRRRR and wholesale, but wholesaling came first, correct?
That's correct.
Okay, so tell us what you did in wholesaling to get your first deal. What marketing platforms did you use? How did you find your leads? And tell us about that first deal and how much you made on that first deal.
Yeah, thank you for asking. So I use DealMachine and put on foreclosure listings in the Sacramento area, Sacramento, California. And I found some that were close to foreclosure in the area. And I tried everything. I did cold calling for a while. And this is my first week after I finished my education. And what worked for me was just a cold email. And I sent out an email to an individual. It's called Mr. Smith. And Mr. Smith was going through a foreclosure and he needed some help. So I just came in and offered him the deal to see if we can get the foreclosure lien off of this property and go to market on the MLS.
How did you find that foreclosure lead?
Uh, so if you go to each county, they have a list of uh, properties that are going to go on foreclosure.
Mm-hmm.
Either they've already been foreclosed or they have what's called a pre-foreclosure. And they give you the address of that property and when it's going to go on auction, essentially. So once I found the property address, I plugged it into DealMachine to get more information about it and found the contact information.
How long did it take you from the day that you started to the day you got your first deal under contract? What was the timeline?
The contract was fast. I'd say less than 7 days.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, the beautiful thing about foreclosures and that's what you're targeting.
They're under
Sometimes it's
pressure.
fast.
Yeah.
They're under pressure. That's right.
So now with that deal, did you got it under contract quickly? What did you do with it? Because they're under pressure, typically wholesale, you got to find an end buyer. What was your disposition, which means finding the end buyer? What was your disposition process like?
Yeah, thank you for asking. So essentially, I'd gone to a week before that, I'd gone to some meetups locally and I met an investor. And this person focused on foreclosures and they were just looking for other people to help train. And I was new. And so I was just on their team to help find the leads and get them under contract.
Awesome. And the big question, the one question that everybody likes to hear, how much did you make on your first deal?
So we made 50 grand.
Wow, dude, that
Yeah.
is like, that's always among the top. A lot of people make, 5 on their first deal or 10 on their first deal, but 50, that's like a life-changing amount right out of the gate.
It was great. It definitely turned on the light bulb. Yeah.
The realization of what is possible with in 7 days making $50,000 in 7 days worth of work, uh, that's something that's absolutely eye-opening, and it probably motivated you a little bit to go and do some more. So have you done more wholesaling since deal number one?
I'll be honest with you, that was my only deal that had gone through. Yeah, life is funny, right? So I started out with a bang, a shooting star, and Haven't closed anything since.
Okay, so you've shifted strategy. You got that first deal. You made hit a home run, and then you
Essentially.
changed your strategy, and now so since then you shifted to the Burr method, correct?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so tell us about that transition from wholesaling to give us example of your first BRRRR deal or what that process has looked like.
So the first BRRRR deal, essentially, it was my own property, and we were looking to upgrade it, and we just converted our garage into an ADU. And so that process has been great.
Okay, so since you already owned it, there wasn't the buying process was already completed. The renovation process, you said your garage into the MDU.
Yep.
All right, what was the cost associated with doing that?
I think we were able to do it for 60 grand
Okay,
all in, like a 400 square foot. And mind you, this was me acting as the contractor, right? First time, and overseeing the labor and getting the permits. So I think we got it done in 60 days. And so, yeah, now we have a spare bedroom in our house. Essentially,
yeah,
it was our play to get the value up, right? To get on the county and the permit, and getting the valuation of the home up just for equity purposes.
yeah, yeah. So did you add a kitchen, bathroom in that garage space to make it an MDU, or what? What all did you have to do?
We had to essentially just put a bedroom. We put sink, bathroom, no actual oven unit. Just try to get very basic with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, just to get it done. The first time didn't want anything complicated.
Okay. So your purchase was completed, your renovation was completed. Now renting it, what was that process like?
Right. So that process was great. We got really lucky. We found a tenant who's just a student, someone going to a local community college and wanted to stay with, in the suburbs, and had really no issues. So that's now been 6 months, 7 months.
Nice.
Yeah. So it was a good experience.
How much were you able to get in rent?
Well, I think we're getting a thousand a month for local Sacramento rates. Yeah. So it's definitely helped. Helps pay the mortgage. You know.
For sure. Okay,
Yeah.
so at the buy, the rehab, the rent, have you refinanced this property already?
I have not.
Okay. Have you had it appraised? Have you gotten an appraisal value yet?
So the appraisal, I think. So okay, I'll be honest with you. We purchased what did we get 515, single family home, 3 bedroom, 3 bath. It got appraised at 4 bedroom and 4 bath, and now we're looking at 750. Um, but there's also natural appreciation, right? Some
Yeah.
places just appreciate better. Purchased smart or
Yeah.
lucky, however you want to look at it. So
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, we don't have the kind of appreciation benefit in the Midwest that you guys have on the coast. So when we do a BRRRR, we're spending, I don't know, you can buy a house for 25,000, you fix it up for 60, and yeah, it's insane numbers. But um, and then refinance wise, like for us, we just did one. I bought this house for 25,000. I put 45 into it altogether, so I'm all in at 60, 65, and then it's on the market. It's listed for 134 now. So we'll do deals
nice.
like that all day long, multiple deals in a month because our market is just low barrier of entry versus in the coast you're spending in the hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
And on flips, I don't know what the flip ratio is like if it's buying a house for 500 and you can still make 50,000 on it, or if it's buy it for
Right.
500 and you can make a couple 100,000 on it. I don't know.
Right.
um,
Yeah, I think it just
so
depends on where you're purchasing. It's really zip code specific. And and other people are listening. You got to buy smart, right? You don't want to buy in a non-appreciating area because you're just wasting your dollars and effort for not appreciation.
yeah.
Um, So if you're buying the right zip code, even in the right neighborhood, talk to your realtors, right? Talk to the boots on the ground, your property managers. They'll tell you, say, hey, Jingle Springs is blowing up, right? And if you can try to wholesale in that area, then you're going to be in a good spot.
Yeah. Well, this is all really awesome. It's not often that people make $50,000 on the first wholesale transaction. If for the people that are listening that have not got their first deal done, what advice would you give them for their future weeks? What would you tell them?
Number one, don't give up. You can't fail if you don't give up. Number two, you never know. All it takes is one lucky email, one phone call, and the right person. And number three, I think most importantly, I think a lot of my success was finding the right partner to help me dispo the property. Honestly, I didn't have the skills to be able to do that at the time.
Yeah.
So finding the right person, and not only just finding them, but building that relationship, right? So we must have had dinner like 5 or 6 times, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of persuading or charming, right? Other people that kind of help you, and how do you help them back? And so for us, it was a win-win, right? So everyone got paid, everyone went away smiling, right? And so that's my advice: is just network. Yes, go on the website, right? Go on your deal machines, go on your counties, or wherever your strategy is. But at the same time, go to your local real estate meetups, right? Go on the podcasts and the live casts and network and meet people. You just never know. Your life could change in just one meeting.
Absolutely. What is the plans for your future now? What do you plan to do moving forward?
Same. Just keep on wholesaling, trying to find deals. Would love to get more into a townhouse, multi-unit. If we can get that, that would be fantastic. So that's the new goal for 2025. And, if you can do one deal a year and still be happy with it, and you keep doing it for 10 years, that's 10 deals.
Yep.
So.
Yep. Absolutely. One deal at a time. And in some cases, one deal at a time is enough of a life change,
100%.
for permanent change in the trajectory of your life. So, Dennis, thank you very much. I know that you're tight for time. I know people are going to love this story. I know I particularly loved hearing your story, and we look forward to talking to you again down the road.
I appreciate it, Ryan. Have a great day.
Okay.
Thanks for listening to the DealMachine Real Estate Investing Podcast. Please leave us a review and follow along wherever you're listening to your podcast.